Students can sometimes finish early if you're having the class work on a project or if the classroom is self paced. So, here are some questions to think about. If the students finish early, what can they work on? What might you want? Do you want students to go deeper in the topic? Do you want them to review something that they might have not mastered in previous topics? Do you want to maybe create levels where they can work on different activities throughout these different levels, like a video game or something like that for them to explore? Should students move on to homework? Do you want students to maybe have a rubric and they self-evaluate their work that they just completed? This would be great for a project. Or can students work on a job that they have? So here are some links and resources for finished early. Just a reminder, do not do all of these activities. You want to pick and choose what is going to work best for you and your students. Also, it's okay if you're like, okay, I'm ready for something new, you can switch it up. So if you tried choice boards, maybe you want to try checklists or something like that. You can do all of those different activities based on what you need and when you need it. So the first one is maybe you're doing station rotation. Okay, these are time stations. And you have like a can do if a student finishes that station. The next one is the grid method. This is kind of that level up idea. There's different levels here and it's self paced. And so if students finish level 2, they get a teacher check and they can move on to level 3 and so on. So maybe you want to set up something like that. Maybe you want to have roadmaps where students travel throughout different activities on these different roadmaps. And maybe this is like a can do roadmap, or maybe it is a real roadmap where students are going throughout different activities and you have a can do list at the end. This or that, this can be a great choice board where it's kind of smaller for students where they just pick two different choices. So they're going to pick either this or that option on all of these activities. So they're doing 4 total activities, but they get to pick which activities they want to do within these categories. So again, that could be a great activity for someone that finishes early. Another idea is those must do can do lists. And again, there's so many templates here. Some of these are make and take. So if you have edit access, feel free to add your own version onto this slide deck. So that way we can see and borrow each other's ideas as well. Maybe you have a choice board that you want students to work on. So again, creating like a choice board activity that you want students to do. And you might even do like a must do first and then they get to choose. So a lot of different ideas on that. Maybe you want learning menus where students have to pick a dessert, a appetizer, and then they have to work on those different ideas. Or maybe it's like a ice cream themed. So again, they're picking one of these ideas or working on that type of project to extend their knowledge. Tic-tac-toe boards, they're going to complete 3 different activities to get in a row. So again, lots of different ideas for finishing early. Over here are different activities. So different educators have created these resources and they have added links for different ideas that students could do if they finish early. So again, maybe making like a finish early board, and students can do some of these enrichment or reinforcement type of activities. Here's an enrichment hub that someone has created. So again, you could take this idea and recreate and customize it for your classroom. Maybe there's a choice board for early finishers again. So again, looking at this board and seeing what students have finished. Maybe you have different task cards for early finishers, brain breaks, reinforcement for that has been earned by those students. You could give it at that time. Maybe you want to create like a checklist. So, are you sure you're done? Have you cleaned up your area? Is there anything else you need to do? So maybe you want to create like a checklist like this example. And so again, lots of different ideas for early finishers. And here's just some examples. So here it's like, okay, are you really done? Or did you not do anything over here? So here's what you need to do. So like a flow chart. This one, are you sure you're done? Is your name on it? Did you follow all the directions? So double checking, revisiting their work can be great for those students that have finished early as well. Okay, as always, more resources could be added to this list as well. So make sure you check back for any other ideas if you need help with finished early students.